Yes, guys and girls, what is going on? We have got an R8 base video. I've been saying this for the past few vlogs now that I'm going to do an overhaul of the R8. I walk around, talk about what we've done to it, certain bits to it, show those things in the video. So you know what? I've decided today we're going to do it. We've got a fit and a quick little part to the car that Automotive Passion sent me. I'll show you that now. They have sent me out kindly a new carbon fibre X-brace for in the engine bay. My one is stock at the moment, so that's going to make a massive difference, especially when we eventually get, that are up here, the carbon fibre Venturi intakes on the car. That will all tie together very nicely, so we've got to swap that over. Beforehand, got a couple of little bits to do in the garage. Those of you that know, unfortunately, Offset All House, I was one of two owners. It had to close down. Hard times, not really going to get into much more of it than that. But it meant I don't have a unit at the moment or a garage or anything to work out of. So we're back at home and we've had to build a home garage. We've got the Maguire set up. Big up the Dragon energy drinks. Our toolbox set up. This one is going. We've got a new wired 7 drawer to match the rest of it for the rest of my tools. Ain't got nowhere for my spanners at the moment. But the bit I like the most, look at the lighting. Hexagon lighting, absolutely banging. I love this stuff. Kev, KW Customs, everyone's going to see in Kev's workshop on my channel before. Kev's got a bit of an addiction to this stuff. So I've got to quickly throw this up because my OCD not having one here or having the rest here is killing me. So we're going to throw that up quickly and then get this X-brace in. Go find a nice location and let's sit and have a chat around the R8 before anyone calls me out on it. Anyone that lives in the UK will understand new build houses, garages aren't garages. They're big storerooms. Right, job number one is done. Now we've got some symmetry going on. So it's looking nice and symmetrical. You do have to put a power cable into it. So I am going to, at some point, I think, just because I'm being that anal, pull that cable out and run another one. Maybe that along there, and then have the power cable in there. Just so then from when you're looking at it from here, you can at least have this bit. But the difference, by the way, I had one light. I've got to feel this. I had just one normal light bulb. See, when I put these on, the difference it made. I mean, that's it without lights. And then you just kapow. So the garage build is coming on nicely. Once I get this new modular one to match the rest, this is going to look sick. And it means we can work on the cars outside, because the S13 is finally home. We had to pull this home in its current state, no electrics. Wiring specialties have been speaking to me this week about that, so it looks like we're slowly finally starting to get some progression on the wiring. We've got some brand new BC coilovers sitting waiting for it. EBC have sent us some replacement pads for it. I'm going to order some new discs. And then the S13, Faz, that's more to a point. Faz has still got my roll cage for it. But it's technically free storage at the moment. So Faz, if you're watching this, I'm not going to ask for it back just yet. Until I need it. We need to order the Alcantara, retrim the dash. But anyway, that's not about this video. So there will be more S13 content coming very soon. But for now, it's this beast. So I've got no bevy to help me film today. So I'm soloing it. So I've taken one side off. Actually really easy to take off. So you can see here that you've got T30s up along here, a flat twist screw here, and then you actually need to take these parts off as well, which these are very easy. These are T30s as well that you can probably see in there, the hole. So you unscrew those, these lift off, then you do the T30s along there, the flathead, and then everything just pops out, which then gives you access to the 13mm nut here to take this part off. Front is really easy, but you know what, I'm thinking while it's out, I might even take this trim part out and give it all a little bit of a clean up. In true Steve fashion, we dooga everything off. And now it should just, there we go, come straight out. Let's go compare this to the carbon one. Weight difference is not much because these are alley, but visually, carbon one makes this one look pony, if you ask me. While we're here, it's all looking a little bit grimy. I've not got much left, but it's definitely a call for some Maguire's heavy duty multi-purpose cleaner and a microfiber. Tell you one thing I did just do, and Tommy, I'm sorry, I know you've sent me the hybrid ceramic trim restorer, hasn't got here in time, and as you know, Thomas, I'm very impatient. I've tried to give these a right spruce up, and then to finish them off, I've used the hybrid ceramic tyre shine. This stuff, by the way, on tyres is unreal. I'll do a little something about this in a video. But it also brings your plastics up really nice. So I'm not going to show you any more of the brace. I'll show you it when we talk over the car. But Carbon X brace looking mighty fine, if you ask me. Before we go film the overhaul of the car, check out these bad boys. Stone Performance on Instagram. They do custom mats. And my mats are hanging, so I reached out. Instead of paying the stupid prices that Audi want, these are sick. Fresh carpet, leather trim, red stitch, Alcantara side piece to match all the Alcantara interior. These are the sort of things that make me really excited. And the main reason why I popped back into the garage to film, I needed to give Ryan a big shout out. Low Motive. He's also got an Instagram called Low Motive Decks. I've got a sick little wall piece going on at the moment of all the different looks. The Macan with its first look. R8 with its current. Miami one, that's a while now. Chalk grey. And then the current look for the Macan. We've actually got a few under there as well that I can't actually put anywhere yet. So we've pulled up at a little spot not far from the house. We're going to try and go over as much of the car as I can think of and remember. You're going to have to bear with me. I've changed a hell of a lot on this car, but we'll give it a good go. The basics. It's a 2016 Gen 2 Audi R8 non-plus. Didn't opt for the plus because at the time they were probably 95 grand upwards out of my budget, and the things that come on the plus didn't really make it a necessity for me. So like the plus had the spoiler, didn't really bother me. I knew I was always putting an aftermarket spoiler on it. Ceramic brakes, I understand everyone loves carbon ceramic brakes, but again, it wasn't a massive, it's a must for me. And then it's the external carbon. Now my part with the external carbon was basically you could get some non-pluses with the carbon, you could get some without, but you get sports seats and then you get the Recaro bucket seats. The bucket seats for me outweighed the carbon because I knew I could deal with the carbon. So I'll try and talk you around as much of it as we can, and you can let me know what you think of the car. So I think we're going to start at the back first. Still the stock bumper. We've got a Vorsteiner style rear diffuser. Way more aggressive than the OEM one. We've got these carbon rear spats that we also added on. Exhaust you can't see, but it is a Quicksilver titanium exhaust. Black badges. We also implemented these are actually just stick on, they go over the OEM ones, but carbon vent covers. Again, you'll kind of see from this video that the car's just absolutely dripping in carbon fiber. Automotive Passion Audi sports style rear wing. I only done this recently, I'll be honest. To start with, I wasn't a massive fan of these wings, but it has definitely grown on me, and I absolutely love it, going with the look of the car that we've got going on now. Windows, silly things, windows were all tinted. They came like that when I bought the car. I just like it with the black windows. Some people say that we should take the tint off the engine one so that people can see in. But not really a necessity for me. Tell you what, we will, which as you've seen in the beginning of this video, we've just done. So we look in the engine bay, and we've now got the nice new pretty Automotive Passion carbon brace. I am going to get hold of the carbon trims around here. If and when the Venturi intakes go on, there'll be carbon there, but if not, we will get all of this carbon fibre as well. Now we'll try and go around the side and exterior of the car. So we went OEM carbon fibre, wing mirror covers, Audi sports style side skirt extensions. These are obviously a massive standout. These are the Automotive Passion LMS style carbon side blades that are obviously way more. On the standard ones, you can see the video that we've done this on the standard ones, this is the width, and they just come down here, so way more airflow. As I said, these were all silver. We managed to get hold of the carbon ones. Gloss black fuel filler cap. This is where things get a little bit leery. This whole change up was for this year's look. So carbon hood we've had for a while. This came from Auto ID. When the car was chalk grey, we wrapped it and left, say, this part exposed carbon, kind of liked that. When we opted this year to go with the purple, I thought, you know what, let's try and really implement as much carbon as we can, to the extent these side blades, we actually got, these have been carbon skinned, just so that it flowed nicely. So we got full carbon there. We then opted to go for a facelift front bumper, which totally transformed this car. I was never a fan of the facelift to start with, but it grew on me more and more. And then again, Automotive Passion, big up those boys, showed me the prototype of this front lip that they've brought out. And see, when I saw that, it was done deal. It's the front lip totally transforms the front of that car. So it's safe to say that the car has definitely got a lot of carbon fiber on it, but it looks absolutely insane. And with the purple, so this is a tech wrap black cherry ice is the name of it. I was kind of going for the theme of this for this year. In the sun, the purple will really pop, and then when in the winter, it's going to look dark, it's going to look moody. Doing nighttime shoots with good LED lighting of the street lights, it will make certain parts of the purple pop out. I think we achieved it, because I am in love with this car. Let's talk about wheels and suspension. Wheels, the obvious, we'll go on this one because you can see it. Big up the boys, Vossen. These are a set of forged LC301s in a brushed gloss clear. Check out the concave. They're running a 20x9 on the front, 21x12.5 on the rear, 235/30 20 tyre on the front, 295/25/21 tyre on the rear. And honestly, best thing I ever done with this wheel setup. I wasn't actually too keen when me and Kyle first started talking about the wheel setup and the design choice, but Kyle, credit where credit's due, these things make this car look absolutely phenomenal. And it still drives, even with a 25 profile, it still drives so good. We're about to talk about suspension, so you can get a little clip of the rise on start. I've just started the ignition, it lifts itself up. So let's talk suspension setup. I am running, please excuse the red and black wires, I actually had to change a compressor not long ago and I've not taken those up, it's actually just reminding me. Tuning store we worked with to develop this kit. This car has been bagged for about 3.5 years now. We are running a full airlift 3H management, so that allows you to 3H and 3P. You're going to see the video more than likely if you watch all the videos on the channel of us fitting that to the Macan. 3H is done a percentage of a height sensor, so self-adjusts, always keeps the car at the same height. They're now on builder series struts. We did develop struts from the Gen 1 R8 and changed the mounts for the correct suspension setup for the Gen 2, but we've now moved them and made them work with builder series struts, and that's mainly because it keeps the cost down of anyone that wants to do it, rather than making it like a £7,000 kit. I am not joking when I say this, it is not a sales pitch. This car drives 10 times better on air suspension than it did on standard suspension. It drove really good on standard suspension, but the handling, the way it drives now, I'm not the only person to see it. Jordan from Slammed UK and Gravity, he's Yellow Hurricane. Go and watch their video. He said the exact same thing when he put it up, got his bagged. He went, it drives 10 times better than it did on stock. So if you are in the market to start playing around with them, I would really recommend it. Let's move on to the part. Well, before we talk about this, because I know no doubt someone is going to call me out on the door shuts. People have said this on my videos on Instagram and things like that. The reason I don't do the door shuts, this car changes colour far too many times for me to warrant wrapping the door shuts. If I knew this car was going to stay a certain colour for more than 12 months, I would do them. But it doesn't appeal to me. It's creating Kev at KW Customs way more work than required for when someone like myself is just going to go and pull them off. Anyway, more importantly, the home of the car. Now, I retrimmed. I lie. Let me step back. We got the seats. These are the genuine Recaro R8 seats. probably about 2.5 to 3 years ago now, I got these retrimmed. So we went with the leather bolsters and Alcantara in the middle. That kind of started the obsession with Alcantara. Anyone that has seen any of my builds previously on any of my previous cars knows that I am all for retrimming an interior. It's what I believe is part of a show car and going that extra part. So any of you boys that tell me that this car is just air and wheels, go watch a video of where I done all this and then tell me this car is all air and wheels, please. I appreciate you. So we ripped everything out. I was originally only going to go with the centre console. I got quoted £600 to do that centre console, and that was with me taking it out and giving it to the trimmer. So I thought, you know what, we're going to try and do it ourselves. So we pulled all of this out. I got someone to do the trimming. I got someone to do the stitching of the material for me. We pulled all of this out, retrimmed all this. These are the silly cool touches that no one realizes. We took apart all the MMI and changed all the silver buttons to black. This is a Q7 gear selector, and this has been carbon fiber trimmed. Everything in Alcantara, as you can see, and then the obsession began. So we then done the door handles in carbon, all the vents in carbon. We pulled off the armrest and the handles and we retrimmed them in Alcantara. Then we decided to do the underside, so we've done the glove box, and again, silver handle has gone to gloss black. We've then, carbon fiber steering wheel, LED display, Alcantara sides, red stitch, Alcantara airbag cover, again, all silver buttons have gone to black. This has all been done in carbon. All the surround the dash, the top of the dash, everything under here, as you can see, has all been done in Alcantara. Because I get addicted, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually debating pulling all of this back out again, because I feel like the top of the dash I should have done. What do you think? Should I overwinter, trim the dash in Alcantara? You can actually get a Audi Sport carbon fiber one of these. I want to do rid of that. But oh, show these. I just showed these at the beginning. Stern Performance's Audi new mats that he's done me. Alcantara sides to match everything. I forgot to show these. Side of the seats, I actually done these myself as well, in one piece. Impressed myself with that. No joints, that's one entire piece of Alcantara. New mats really suit it. But all in all, I'm a very happy man with this car, I would say. My best to remember absolutely everything. It's probably, I'm going to go out there and say it. Could it be? Not sure. Maybe one of the most modified R8s in the UK, because I just get bored. I love car shows. I love show cars. I've been doing it for probably 10 years plus now. I've managed to have the opportunity to work with some of the most incredible brands in the industry, and I can't keep still. That's why I've taken the S13 off my brother. That's why Bex McCann gets fully modified. I can't just drive a standard car, and I can't just sit around and not do anything. Things that I've not mentioned, we're on an OEM Plus tune, which is racing line. It's running about 630 horsepower, enhanced crackles, pops and bangs, so it sounds really good on the move. Apart from that, I think I've covered everything for you guys. If you do have any questions, reach out, hit me up. I hope it's not been too rushed. I wanted to try and not drag it out, get to the point, tell you what's going on with the car. And this is going to be the end of show season. So the question is, what do we do next year? It's going to have a new wheel setup. It's going to have a new colour. What more can we do? What colour would you like to see it go? Put it all in the comments. Let me know what you think of the video. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.